It is that notion that will bankrupt this country. We currently today can't afford to pay the war or our welfare system without borrowing nearly $3 billion a day from foreigners, a lot of it coming from China. If that's not an irony, I don't know what is. No wonder the dollar is weak on the markets, and it's going to get a lot weaker. So no matter how much spending you want on policing the world, or how much money you spend for more entitlement programs, even if they are Republican entitlement programs, it will come to an end, and the American dream will end. It will end because we won't be able to afford it, and that's how all great nations and empires end. They collapse for economic reasons. What we need to do is understand what created the American dream and where our prosperity came from. It did not come from government. Our lives and our rights do not come from government. The government's there to protect life and liberty. The extension of life and liberty is the pursuit of happiness and assuming responsibility and self-reliance. To create the incentives with a full belief and confidence that freedom works. If we are to be compassionate and we are to take care of the maximum number of people with the maximum amount of wealth, we have no other choice but to defend the free market, the sound economy, truly free markets, not the interventionism and the planned economy that we have today, not the type of economy that is epitomized by the Department of Homeland Security and FEMA taking care of New Orleans. Just think of the tragedy there of wasting money. That's central economic planning. If we assume that, we cannot be prosperous. We have to believe that individuals are capable of taking care of themselves. But once we allow the government to get involved in saying that we are going to direct your personal life to make sure that you are a well-behaved individual and that we will improve your ethical behavior, or that we are going to make the economy more fairer and redistribute wealth, believe me, it can only be done with the use of force and spending money and ultimately undermining the system that is so valuable. In the same way, we have a grand story to tell, and we have every reason in the world we should be proud of it and spread it around the world. But you cannot spread the great message of American greatness through force. You have to do it by setting good examples, by becoming prosperous, and let other people want to emulate us. Then our message can spread. This is, to me, so important. But the extension of personal liberty is that of the ownership of property. Today we have been very careless about property and contracts. We as a people, the entire nation has come to the point where personal contracts don't mean anything. There's a little bit of talk about social relationships and contracts being permissible, but economic contracts aren't permissible. We have to ask our government for everything to do. How many permits do we have to get to use our land? We don't own our land anymore. We rent it from the government, then we ask permission how to use it. We need private property rights reinstated in this country. Which means, of course, the rejection of these huge tax burdens that we have and the regulatory burdens, but also to reject the notion that they can use eminent domain and a wholesale purpose to undermine the system. This whole concept of defending liberty here at home and being less of a policeman around the world implies that we still do and should believe in national sovereignty and our national borders. I strongly believe that. I do not think for a minute that you can have open borders and reward those who break the laws and give them automatic citizenship. At the same time, the welfare system says that the mandates go on particular states that are literally bankrupting our hospitals and our schools because of this burden. But there's no reason in the world we can't believe in national sovereignty. We don't need the WTO to tell us how to regulate our vitamins and nutritional products. We don't need We don't need to reject this wonderful dream and this wonderful principle that has made America great. Believe in liberty, believe in property, believe in our Constitution, and we will have the American dream. Thank you.